Hello everyone, welcome to this healing video. My name is Eva. I'm so grateful that you are here at this time. I want to start by just saying thank you to everyone. I've gotten so many exceptionally beautiful comments lately that have just been melting my face off. You guys are so amazing and I feel just so honored and humbled to be sharing this gift with you all. And I just want to thank you for extending your love and making it feel like such a safe space to do this work in, and I'm just in so much gratitude for all of you. I just recorded a very powerful trance meditation. The focus is this sort of solar opening, solar embodiment, and deep somatic release of financial wounds and fears, which then opened into this entire defense network against receiving and all of this trauma clearing. Very, very detailed descriptions come out for the trance healings. There's always a link to them in the description box, but I'll link this specific one because this is sort of a little bit of that same energy that I wanted to share on YouTube. The trance meditations are different from the YouTube videos because they are just code. They are just light language code or the vocal code, and then very specifically orchestrated sound healing, ambient noise healing that I very specifically do with the intention of healing with the vocal code. So they are deep, deep, deep immersion meditations and healings. There's a whole lot of them, and it's probably my favorite work to do because the sound is such a huge part of the healing work, bringing the technology, if you will, of sound. For me, this is all about electromagnetism. This is electromagnetic healing at every dimensional level of this universe. And we are reunifying that process. And the sound sort of standing for the magnetism, the mother frequency, the feminine. I'm all about reawakening this and really getting into the immersion of this sound code. And so the trance meditations are a powerful way to reorchestrate multidimensional field instruction for yourself and for the collective, and just to release fear and to be in alignment with spirit and yourself that knows, for reunion and reawakening of the truth of your being and real co-creative power, so we can live in happiness as we're meant to, and really release fear and really see fear for the illusion it is. As I was doing this healing, sometimes when I'm in the field, it'll come up as something gross or kind of frightening looking, but then you kind of zoom out on it and it looks like broken toys. It just looks like nothing. It's almost there's a video from one of the, I can't remember his name now, but one of the monks from the new Kadampa tradition, lovely, lovely, lovely presence, talking about how we're all imagination. We imagine ourselves, right? But he was giving the example of you're in the sort of in a dark room and you see a giant spider on the wall, and then you're like, oh my God, and then you turn on the light and you're like, oh, that's a coat hook or something, it's kind of like that. You really, all of these constructs, all of these ideas, everything that we're so afraid of, when you really turn the light on it, you see it for the powerlessness that it is. It's just an idea that you had. So really the mechanism of this work is to expand your sight so that you can really be in true discernment, which is to see the false as the powerlessness that it is, to see the illusion for what it is, and to know yourself in truth. And yourself is not, an individualized consciousness. It is the formless eternal beingness. It is all infinite power of the field that runs through you. That is where your power comes from. That is where you have never left. And that's really the goal of the work, for happiness, for yourself and for all living beings. So the trance meditations are very, very, very powerful ways to heal yourself, be in healing, to know yourself healed, and to let these processes unravel from you as we undo all that what never was in the field of illusions, so that we can awaken into the truth of our being. And I am doing a sale right now, so if you've never really interacted or participated with the trance work and you're interested and you like light language, a lot of people do. It's very, very beautiful, very, very powerful. They're all on sale right now. So you can check that out. All that code for that is below as well. There's also a Podia kind of membership where you just sort of automatically get all, like I upload all of the trance meditations to that platform, and I also upload just the instrumental part without the voice in case you want to like have a less intense experience. And I also do light code, the written code, which looks like, they don't all look the same, but that kind of looks like that. And that's very powerful orchestration as well. And then that comes with a group session once a month. So lots of ways to interact with the work. And I really feel like it's powerful because it invites you to kind of make it your own and start to trust yourself and what's coming through you, trusting your own vision and the information that's coming from your field. And it just sort of helps you open up to that. But this, I think I already said it was for somatic release of financial wounds and fears, and then we opened up this whole defense network. Yes. So I just wanted to do a little bit of that here too for the YouTube group, and a couple other things that came out. Amplifying self-realized abundance, this idea of radiance, and this financial healing turned into like a visibility healing too, and like receiving and being received, feeling confident in shining and being supported and provisioned by and like in overflow of what is coming from your field in alignment with unity, accepting rapid illumination that overturns these limiting ideas, and really letting it change your physical life. Again, this idea of solar embodiment. After this kind of disintegration, that the metaphor of turning the light on and seeing what you thought was really scary is like not what you thought it was. This sort of, all of this scary kind of, what could be scary kind of draconian code, or, all of these like satanic networks and all of which we've labeled evil in all of its different forms, which is just negation of power and manipulation, all these control structures that like on earth look horrifying, right? And in the etheric realms, they look horrifying also. But when you are seeing from above, there's so many levels. You can really see from above it to a point where it just looks like broken gears and stuff. Like it just looks like junk. It doesn't look like anything that could harm you, because it can't. It's an idea that you made up. And we need to forgive ourselves for having those ideas and just turn your face to the sun and have different ideas. That might seem like a really flippant kind of detached way of thinking about releasing suffering, but the work is non-attachment. The work is to see that it's illusion, right? We don't want to give undue meaning to something that we thought could harm us, but we are not beings who could be harmed. This is a radical change of mind that this work is for. And what's next? Feeling safe in the body to hold light and physical abundance. So we're it's really about that somatic release and that nervous system rewiring to really calm that nervous system when we are envisioning what's possible for us, and then the doubts start to creep in, or we get overwhelmed, or there's things happening in our field that are making us really nervous because we don't exactly trust that we will be safe or provided for. Really sinking into that calmness, sinking into that truth where you know that you are held, you know that you are safe, you know that you are infinite, you know that the power of God is in you. So let's use that. The power of God is in me. What could I fear? Tiasnam nation. Shimiandraya si sancha kina trihan. Yanatro arrui tisium sikiania tria tiento coat. Shai esenso conain. Yin yanarato somjara kia tiesna trahito conontiam tat. Yayoshin soconatrayon. Yoko ruhinium dat rihaya sonchokonotrihinsi sinchi kinim dritis. We are releasing ideas of unfairness, imbalance in the physical world of haves and have-nots. This is a divide and conquer mechanism to keep people in hatred. This sort of slave and master program, releasing. This is important also coming through like vows of poverty in the sense of believing that to like hold money is evil and that it's not spiritual, and also like there's things that I have come across as like glamorizing being poor. There's something in there that like go and experience someone who actually is. You know what I mean? Like there's a cloudiness to that I think there's just something here that is misunderstanding, and it's a retaliation against the like sort of wealth class, but that's like still participating in, if you're resisting and you're retaliating against and you're having like a total reaction, if you're being reactionary, then you're still participating. You're just on the other side of the polarity of that same mechanism. Like you're not freeing yourself from it, you're just sort of digging in. So we want to see how that works, like opening our vision to seeing that that's like what's happening, and so we can just try to stop doing that. It does take practice to stop doing that, because the world is so unjust as we see it, and it would provoke anger in everyone, and it sort of does, but like to just practice non-participation, non-attachment, and seeing that that's not abandoning anyone, that's not abandoning the world. All that you can do, we're not here to change the world outside of us. There is no world outside of us. We're here to change ourselves so that what projects from us is a different world. That is how quantum entanglement works. That's how quantum projection works. And that becomes like a very, very big clearing of the emotional plane and guilt and what you think you're responsible for. Hiniandrato sunchokorru hiniam tatuyoto konin dirihiot oriti sinsiosham satrat inian sakinin dishiti sansakian dirihiato korroitis siosho konandrati sansakinin dishiti oto ritis natrat. And then anytime we're talking about financial healing, we're going to come against this wound of unworthiness. Koripanandritisi and guilt. Kiniandrayato korroitit. I don't deserve this because of X, Y, and Z that I did in the past. You know, there's lots wrapped up in this. Like false associations of abundance being directly correlated to like earning or deserving or achieving something that you aren't inherently. Like this sort of solar embodiment, this heavenly garden idea that keeps coming through, that was coming through so strongly in the trance, that like you are of this field. It is for you to see. It is for you to be. You know, offering and having, giving and having being one. What you give extends in the field. It doesn't take anything away from you. You know, a big message of the trance was like this trespass healing. You know, this massive defense network, and just releasing all of this cellular memory of trauma from allowing others in, allowing resource in, allowing things in, being very dangerous. It's all about neutralizing the nervous system, neutralizing the cellular memory, neutralizing projection, resting in that 0 point. Let that work be done through you. Kiniantarahio to korroya mashan tokonat. Inikani sarayatu yontoro arruiti sinsi kini shinsi insiriti and satrut. Yonsot osh amata kinit. To know yourself free, you have to give up your ideas of illusions. Kini andara no somshaki andriti ator, kini andrati sensati atayendo amatat, yanatroa ruiti sinchi kini andriti sinsi kin chiritis. Sionjoro anratos on chiritis yesakonondo imitit itrako toyotoan. Imianatos on shimia soditare yoto konin chinindro arat, yatroatosom shatrakinit, yoto sanchakanain soyotiandro ruiti, yaporu iniambat, Yomdoro ataya sonjokoni trihini andarayat, yato somsha kanandratasan, shonos osaratrahitiat, yanandroru inindi soshimindri hato sonsokonadrayas natiatiakot. Tato yam charatratos. Observation without judgment. Vitrakotoyontos. Kyumtosum shanindritis. There's a line in the Course in Miracles. I'm upset because I see something that isn't there. Let that seep in. Tienatoto wabo shantratis. Tiamtakanantro umdrata hisinatratin yatos. Letting go of the physical laws that we made up, that we bind ourselves by, thinking that they come from outside of us, by some universe that we didn't make with our mind. Let those laws go. Be supported by the laws of God, which are one. Eternal provision, eternal, limitless, creative power. Everything you would need, you already are. Kini andraya sonchit. You need nothing, you lack nothing. Kini andrati samshatrotit. That is the law of unity. Simiashantoroanda patantukonat. How could you need something when you are everything? Trea potokoruitaton mishiriat. And you could only limit yourself if you would see anybody else otherwise. Amen. I think we're going to end it there. But if this topic resonates with you, I do encourage you to check out the trance meditations. They are very, very, very powerful work, and there's so many of them. And I would just love more people to see them because they're such powerful work, and they've changed my life so much, and they've changed the people who participate with them. I mean, my friend Brenna, I send her all of them because she's like my best friend's sister, and she loves them, and she tells me amazing things about what happens when she works with them, and it's an incredible offering, and the offering is for everyone, so I hope you check it out. And I want to thank you guys for joining me here, joining me always, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you very much.